We have a big, exciting announcement that is going to change the content that we are able to create for you right here on our YouTube channel. And I'm just gonna get into what it is right away, because after that, I wanna show you parts of our home that you have never seen before. Okay, so are you ready to hear what it is? We bought a house. We bought a house. More specifically, we bought this house, the house that we're currently living in. Now you might be thinking to yourself, why is this a big deal? We won't even be moving. It's a big deal because up to this point, we've only ever rented this house, so we were super limited on the changes that we were able to make. But now we own this house, so we are able to make any changes we want without asking permission first or getting approval. This means that we can start making over spaces in this house like crazy. And there are definitely some changes we want to make. Some are big, some are smaller, and we are going to share every step of that process with you right here on our channel. And just for some context, by we bought this house, I mean my mom and business partner Amanda, my dad Benny, my husband Alex, myself, and my older brother Zon all went in on the investment together. We have a very unique living situation as 5 adults who all live together, but it really works for us, and we are all very happy to have made this investment together to buy this home. We are the second ever owners of this 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom house built in 2011 with an extended 2-car garage, a full basement, an attic, and a bonus room that all sits on just about 3 acres of land. Our garden walkway leads up to our front door and porch area, which we spruced up a little earlier this year and shared with you here on our channel. We love this front area because it's home to lots of wildlife, from birds to chipmunks to a few particularly tame bunnies that come out every morning and evening. Our front porch itself has a cute rustic cottage garden vibe that is very welcoming. Since we just gave this space a mini makeover, we don't have any plans for major changes out here, so let's go inside and see what we do want to change. Welcome to our home tour. I'm super excited to show you around. Right when you come through our front door, you are immediately met by our very sunny 2-story foyer. Our foyer is by far the sunniest room in our house, and we really love that about it. The sun streams in through this big window down onto the rest of the space. Our foyer has a coat closet that we already did a makeover on, and for some reason, the coat closet has a platform on the top, and of course, we took this as an opportunity to decorate it by putting a couple vintage trunks up there. We do really love this space, but there are some changes that we would like to make to update it a little bit. We would love to swap out the chandelier for something more our style and get the walls painted in a more updated color. We would also like to paint the railings of the stairs black to make it feel more modern and stylish. That would definitely help tone down all of that honey-toned wood like you can see here in these inspiration pictures. We hope to make these changes sometime soon, but there are other projects that are on the list first. Right off of the foyer is our lounge. This space used to be our dining room, but we converted it into a lounge, and when friends and family come over to visit, this space definitely gets the most compliments. That's right, it was once our formal dining room that was hardly ever used, so we decided to make this space more useful for our family. We shared that whole makeover with you here on our channel, and we are still so thrilled with how this space functions for us now. Since we just transformed it about 9 months ago, we don't have any changes planned in here right now. Right off of the lounge is our kitchen, but even before that is our laundry room. The previous tenants of this home gave the laundry room a complete makeover that we're still really happy with. They added the shiplap and built a top for the washer and dryer. We also have a really handy utility sink in here. This room houses a dose of real life in our home because we use it for storing some of our recycling, our vacuums, and other things like light bulbs, batteries, and that kind of thing. We don't have any plans for changes in here, but maybe one day we'll paint the walls a different color and update the floor tile, but we're not in a rush. This laundry room is also a mud room because it leads right into our garage. Let's take a quick peek at that before going into the kitchen. Our garage is pretty standard, and it stores our bikes, some tools, and projects that need to be dealt with. It may seem messy, but we get in here and organize, and then life happens, and then it needs to be organized again, but at least we can park 2 cars in here. The one really nice thing about our garage is that it's elongated, so we have lots of extra space in front of the cars for storage. But enough about that, let's go back inside and into the kitchen. Our kitchen is definitely the heart of our home. Everyone in our family cooks, so we spend many hours around this kitchen island and get a lot of use out of this space. Cherry cabinets are, however, not our favorite look for a kitchen. We definitely cannot wait to get in here and give this space a makeover. We hope to give this space a major makeover soon. We plan to paint the cabinets, replace the faucets, update the hardware, modernize the light fixtures, and change up the travertine tile backsplash. These cabinets have gotten beat up over the years, so it's time to update them. We would love to replace the countertops too, but we were advised that we wouldn't necessarily see a return on investment with that as of right now. We know that painting them is an option, but they're really nice quality granite, so that doesn't really feel like the right move either. For now, they'll stay, and we'll make other updates, hopefully in the next couple of months, that will transform and modernize this space. There's a small bathroom off of our kitchen that we would also like to update. We have definitely been dreaming up changes that we can make in this space to really change up the look and feel in here. It has the same cabinets and countertops as the kitchen, so we want to paint the vanity, change the wall color, swap out the mirror and light fixture, and redecorate it a little. We're not sure if this will happen around the same time as the kitchen or not, but I'm sure we will want it to match the kitchen once that's all done. Next up is my parents' living room. My mom worked on updating this space just last year. She got new couches and a new area rug that all fit the space much better than her old furniture did. This change really improved the flow and feel of the space. We don't have any immediate changes planned in here, but we will update the wall color at some point. It's a soft yellow now, which isn't bad at all, but most of the paint colors on the wall of this home were here when we moved in, so we'd like to update them to match our style. Now back to the front of the house, right off of the foyer to my husband and my living room. My living room is definitely the space that you've seen the most of because I have been sharing the process of making it over. This space didn't get a bunch of significant changes all at once. Instead, I've been working on tweaking small things here and there over the last 2 years. I shared most of those changes with you over a series of videos here on our YouTube channel. If you follow us on Instagram, you also know that this is where I spend most of my time since I sit in here to edit and create all of our YouTube videos. There aren't any changes I'm currently dreaming up, except maybe swapping out my computer chair for one that matches my space a bit better. Okay, so now I'm going to take you upstairs to show you all of the bedrooms. Right as you reach the top of our stairs, there's a little landing that we decorated with a bench and some other decor. This space is still pretty cute, but we may hang different artwork here that fits this area's size slightly better at some point. Maybe when we update the foyer. But now I want to show you one of the rooms that you have never seen here on our YouTube channel. My parents' bedroom, which is just off of this little landing at the top of our stairs. This is the master bedroom, so it is a large room with a pretty raised ceiling detail. My mom really loves color and loves decorating with color, and I feel like she has done a beautiful job of representing that here in the decor of her bedroom, especially with this fun mustard bench at the foot of her bed. She has been slowly decorating this space over the last year or so, and the biggest thing that she would like to update in here at the moment is their headboard. She'd love to get something softer to make their bed cozier, but she's still on the hunt to find the right one. But other than that, she's very happy with this space and also gets lots of lovely sunlight in the mornings through this big window that also gives them a nice view of our front yard. This master bedroom also has 2 closets and an ensuite bathroom that you've also never seen before. My mom is definitely craving big changes here in her bathroom. This space has basically remained the same since we moved in about 4 years ago, so it is time. This bathroom is very high on the priority list to get a big makeover soon. It won't be a complete renovation, so the tile and the countertops will be staying, but many other features will be changing. We will paint the walls and the vanity and replace the light fixtures, mirrors, and faucets. We will also be updating the decor to fit the new vibe of the bathroom. You can look forward to seeing this transformation within the next month or so, since some of these changes are already underway. Now back out into the hallway to show you our guest bedroom, which is right off of the landing. We are also dreaming up a fresher, more updated look in this room. We like all of the furniture, but we would like to paint the walls, change up the artwork, and get new lamps, as well as change out the curtains because they are way too short. Because of course the rule is that they should be touching the ground. But other than that, this space functions well for our home. In a guest bedroom, you always want to make the space that you have available as functional as possible for the people who come to stay with you. So instead of going with 2 nightstands on either side of the bed, on one side we went with a small writing table that doubles as a nightstand but is still useful in other ways. Now back out into the hall, 1 door down is the main upstairs bathroom. I already repainted and slightly updated this space and shared it with you here, and I'm still really thrilled with those changes. This space does have the same countertops as the kitchen that I don't really love. I might consider painting over it as a temporary solution, but again, I don't want to devalue it, so I'm still a bit conflicted about that. It might have to stay for now, but I can paint the vanity in the meantime. I just have no idea what color I would paint it. I might consider painting over the travertine tile because that seems a little less risky, but there is a lot of it since it goes all the way up the shower wall. We will just have to wait and see. But I will, of course, share any changes that I make with you. There are 2 bedrooms on the other side of the bathroom. First, let's take a look at the one on the right. Next, I want to welcome you to our bedroom, which you shouldn't be surprised to hear is my favorite room in the house, but of course I'm a little bit biased. But I am curious to hear down in the comments which room is your favorite. This room was probably the first one in our home to be fully decorated. I made changes slowly over time the first 3 years of living here, many of which happened before we even started sharing our home on our YouTube channel. I don't currently have any changes that I want to make in here, and that's kind of a nice feeling to have since we have so many projects planned for the rest of the house. But there is one more space in here that I can share with you. Through here is my closet. Earlier this year, I shared a video with you about how I keep my closet organized and decorated, so you may have seen it before. The biggest change I would want to make in here is updating the light fixture and improving the lighting in general because it's pretty dark in here. I have also considered changing up the shelving and clothing rod from this builder grade situation to something a bit more custom looking like we did for the coat closet in our foyer. But with all the other projects we have planned, this one will probably wait a bit. Across the hall from my room is another bedroom that is currently being occupied by my brother who moved here from New York City in 2020. This was always a second guest bedroom that used to look like this, and it may be something like that again in the future if we upgrade my brother to a room down the hall, but that room needs work first. Behind this door at the end of our hall is truly like our crazy Monica closet where we just shove things that we want to store and kind of close the door and forget about them for a little while. So no judgment on the way that this room looks, but we do have big plans for it in the future. Let's go inside so that you can see what I mean. This is what we call our bonus room, and this space has loads of potential. It currently does not have any electrical or insulation, so it gets sweltering hot in the summer and freezing cold in the winter. That's why we haven't used this space for anything other than storage for the last 4 years. But we would love to finish off this space and add more livable square footage to our home. We plan on making it another bedroom, possibly for my brother, so he has more space to spread out. This is the most expensive project on the list, but it's also a high priority, so we will have to see where it fits in, but it will feel so good to utilize this space better. Our home also has an attic that you can access with a set of pull-down stairs. This space isn't insulated either, so we use it solely for storage. It houses our air conditioning units and piping, which takes up a good amount of floor space, but this space has the potential to be insulated and finished one day, but it will stay like this for now. Now let's go back down the stairs, through the foyer, and past my parents' living room to show you the back deck, and then after that our big basement. We recently gave our deck a complete makeover. It was actually before we technically owned the house, but the sale was already in motion, so we went ahead and got started. If you haven't seen that makeover video, I highly recommend watching that one next because the transformation was dramatic. We love this space now and spend lots of time out here enjoying it. Our deck oversees our backyard, which consists of many trees and bushes that offer our property some nice privacy. Our property is 3 acres and spans all the way back to this tree line back here. We may expand our backyard into the trees a bit further in the future, but for now we have plenty of space to enjoy our yard as is. We are definitely going to clean up the space underneath our deck, which already doesn't look like this anymore. Our plan is to make it a lovely patio space with plants and outdoor furniture so that it has a similar vibe to our deck. Look out for that makeover video coming very soon. Next, I want to share our full basement with you, but know that it also looks a bit crazy at the moment. Our garage, bonus room, and basement all have had different levels of chaos and organization over the years. Right now, the basement needs some organizing, but let's go in. Our basement houses our furniture refinishing studio. Vintage Hip Decor started with furniture painting 9 years ago that evolved into us owning a shop and a studio for 7 years, which we moved home to our basement in 2020. We're grateful to have this space to house everything, and it's constantly shifting and evolving as we need. Like anything in life, we don't always have the time to perfect it in the way we would like, but it still serves its purpose. The coolest part of our basement is actually my brother's wine cellar. He works in the wine industry, and this is his personal collection of wine that he is aging. This space has some string lights, a rug, and a high top island that we often spend time sitting around playing games while enjoying some wine and each other's company. It usually has a lot less boxes in it. Next, click right here on the screen to check out our dramatic deck makeover.